All right, guys, so let's talk about the importance of conversational tone. So the importance of conversational tone is very, very important on Facebook because Facebook is not a conventional advertising platform. People are not on Facebook to be advertised to. They're on Facebook because they want to check in on their friends and family, right? So they're not looking for a very formalized kind of advertising medium with, very cookie cutter ad-like tone and very professional seeming, right? There are situations where it is like that, or there could be for advertising for specific products to a very specific audience who expects that level of professionalism. But 99% of the time, guys, your Facebook ads are going to be very conversational in demeanor, right? You kind of always want to have a conversational tone in your advertising, especially on Facebook. And feel free to use humor as well, guys. Be witty, engage in conversations, be yourself, be a human being. Don't try to be too advertising because people really feel that, especially on a platform like Facebook where it's, a social network first and, people are being advertised to secondly. So this is a good example of a very conversational tone that's split up in a very kind of meaningful way, right? You notice that there's not even close to a paragraph form here. Take what you know, package it up, sell it for 2K, maybe more, using Facebook ads, webinar, phone sale. That's the formula. Everybody, right? Everybody knows it. And this is a very successful ad that I'm copying, and they're putting everybody in this get tipsy. But easier said than done, right? Because it's like, well, what's my offer exactly? And would anybody actually pay 5K for it? Because that's what I'd like to charge, but I don't know, right? I don't know. And this is a really fantastically, organized ad because it's really kind of following the stream of consciousness of what a reader might actually be thinking. So these people are obviously, targeting people who want to create their own digital product, who want to, sell a high-ticket course, who understand that the basic formula is Facebook ads, webinar, phone sales, right? But they're saying, that's easier said than done. What's my offer exactly? Would anybody actually pay 5K for it? They're kind of, tapping into the human nature, which is self-doubt, right? Everybody kind of has self-doubt. Is this going to work? Am I just wasting my time, right? All of these questions that a lot of these entrepreneurs are probably asking themselves. They're doing a fantastic job of kind of really portraying that through their ad copy. But I don't know. I mean, nobody's ever heard of me. I've got no list, no case studies, no momentum, right? This is a really common thing when people are starting out advertising that, they don't have 100,000 fans. They don't have, these social proof metrics that like a lot of the other, popular advertisers do. And guys, advertising, and I'm not saying everyone is telling the truth because that's absolutely not true. There's a lot of kind of massaging and, twisting of the truth in the advertising world. It just exists out there, kind of the fake it till you make it mentality. And if it's done in a harmless way, it can be an okay option. But generally, guys, we want to be telling the truth, right? And we want to be, kind of highlighting the portions of our business that are most impressive. And then once we start to get more impressive accolades, then of course we would play those up in our advertisements as well. I've got no lists, I've got no case studies, no momentum, nothing, right? With a period. And I need help with my webinar and setting up the calendar and syncing software and making pages pretty, right? These are all very common kind of pain points that I'm sure that the person who wrote this ad has researched about their target demographic, right? They've asked a bunch of people, hey, like, what is the hardest part for you about, creating a digital product, running a webinar, kind of starting a business, a high-ticket coaching business? And a lot of people are probably responding that they need help with their webinar, setting up the calendar, syncing software, right? Making pages pretty. Plus, what about ads? I'm clueless. I hate writing emails, and I'm rather not do phone calls either. I know. I'll buy another course, right? And so this is kind of just a very well-designed chronological structure of the stream of consciousness of this person's target audience. It's a fantastic example of this. And this ad can be rewritten into other mediums, right? Take what you know, package it up, sell it for $100,000 listing, maybe more. Use Zillow and realtor.com and the MLS. That's the formula for real estate. Everybody knows it, but easier said than done, right? Because it's like, how could I sell a luxury home? how do I get, more than the standard 2% commission? And I'm just this literally in real time trying to redesign this, obviously, for a real estate ad. But what I'm trying to say, guys, is all of these advertisements in the Facebook ad example can be rewritten using the same, chronological structure, using the same storytelling techniques, using the same kind of, stream of consciousness where you're kind of, telling people what they're thinking. You're kind of repeating the questions that they're asking to let them know that it's normal they're asking that. And then you're kind of, giving them a false solution of hope. I'll buy another course. That way I'll at least feel like I'm getting somewhere, right? Because I think a lot of people probably, that aren't able to have success probably do think this. And then, I've got a better idea. Hire us to do it for you, right? And so then they present the solution. Hey, it's Steve from funnels.com, and yes, I'm serious. We do done for you funnels A to Z. Delivery, pricing, webinar, ads, email, tech, finding and training a salesperson, everything, right? And this is very conversational. It feels like you're having a conversation, right? The moment that we realize that we don't treat people as a commodity, right? That we're just advertising to them and smashing them with advertisements, and that it's more of a friendship relationship, the sooner that you'll be successful on Facebook. Just tell us what you want to sell: coaching, consulting, marketing services, masterminds, retreats, seminars, speaking, website design, whatever's clever, right? And it just keeps going. And I promise you'll be grinning like a possum eating a sweet tater. Yeehaw, Steve. P.S. It's all happening here, right? It's an expertly designed advertisement. I would probably reach out to this person and just tell him, like, wow, this is a very beautifully designed ad for your target market, right? And so another thing that I want to talk about, guys, is once you actually launch an advertisement and start to get some social proof, you're going to start getting a lot of comments and kind of people who are, commenting on your actual advertisement. Because remember, advertisements on Facebook are still Facebook posts. People can comment on it just like any other post, right? And something that I see so many marketers do is they'll spend all of this time and money and energy designing their ads, learning Facebook, launching their ad campaigns, targeting, finding their perfect audience, everything. And then once they launch their ad, they don't respond to the comments on it, which is crazy, right? You're doing all of this work. People out there who are going about their normal daily busy lives are taking a moment out of their lives to respond to you, and then people are not answering the comments. It is so critically important, guys, that you respond to every comment on every Facebook ad you ever make. I promise you, if you do this one thing, no matter if it's a good thing they're saying or a bad thing, if it's a bad thing, respectfully tell them that, the value that you offer, and always, treat people with respect. But if you respond to every comment on every ad, guys, your business is going to be profitable. Your Facebook ads are going to work, guys. So always have a conversational tone, right? Make sure you read through these examples, not just with a passive mind, but actually looking, why is it working? Getting to the next $1 million or $2 million in revenue is not about changing the headline from red to blue, burning yet another tool or gizmo, coming up with more to do. It's actually about doing less, right? So people are so curious. People love knowing what things are not, and it sparks the most powerful human emotion, or the most powerful human nature, right? Which is curiosity. If you tell people everything that something is not, then they desperately want to know. Intrinsically, they yearn to know what it is, right? Getting to the next $1 million or $2 million in revenue is not about, right? And people want to get to the next $1 million or $2 million in revenue. It's a thing that people want, and then he's telling you what it's not about, and then he tells you, what it is about, but only in a vague sense, so you have to continue to read more, right? Every ad in here is picked specifically because it does a masterful job of hooking in an audience and getting them to actually read the full copy. Because if somebody reads your entire long form copy, they're literally 1,000,000 times more likely to actually be interested in what you have to sell, guys. So that's the importance of conversational tone. Remember, please always respond to every single comment on your advertisements. You will get notifications of people commenting on your ad posts from your business page. So make sure you respond to every single one, and the more thoughtfully you respond, the people, people are human beings. They're going to recognize that. They're going to appreciate that you're actually taking the time to respond, and they're going to be much more likely to actually be interested in your product or service and buy from you. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and let's get to the next.